Fort Lauderdale tourism officials say they've seen a marked decline in the number of Canadians visiting the state since U.S. President Donald Trump began making 51st state comments. And some Canadians I spoke to here in Fort Lauderdale say they wouldn't have made the trip if it wasn't for the Stanley Cup final.
Canadians are done. They are avoiding America, and so many tourists that used to go to Florida are avoiding Florida, and businesses are hurting. Airbnbs are being cancelled. Like everything is going to hell based on this cold war that is happening between Canada and US. Of course, all this started with the president, American president, claiming he wants to make Canada the 51st state. I guess he did not anticipate this type of reaction from Canadians. So this is really affecting businesses in Florida. So let's just look at these two clips. We're going to see a couple of Canadians being interviewed. Some don't care about the politics. They're still coming. Others are, totally avoiding. Enough talking. Let's just go to the clip.
This is the first time I've been here in the last 8 months.
Kind of the joke was we're coming down to enemy territory, and that's how it felt.
With beautiful beaches, hot weather, and no shortage of things to do, Florida was a popular location for Canadians to escape the winter. But with a growing number of Canadians boycotting U.S. travel plans as tensions between Canada and the U.S. are at an all-time high due to tariffs and Canadian sovereignty.
It's pretty natural to feel a little apprehension.
That's something noticed by Fort Lauderdale tourism officials.
It's been concerning. Canadian tourism is down about 20%. Canada's our number one visitor market, so it's disturbing.
Stacey Ritter with the Fort Lauderdale Tourism Board tells me the downward trend of Canadians making trips to the Sunshine State is concerning, but Ritter adding she understands why Canadians feel that way.
We recognize why those sentiments are where they are, and as I said, we respect them. But when you are ready to come back, and we hope that you will be ready to come back, we will be here with open arms and open hearts, and ready to embrace you, because you're going to find us the same people that were here before you decided not to travel.
Sorry, I mean that was interesting. Like, she's basically begging Canadians, please, when you are ready to come back. By the way, Canadians, when will you be ready to come back to the great US of A? Will you be ready in a year or in 4 years once Trump is gone? Because I don't see the situation getting any better, because I don't think Trump is somebody who's gonna be backing down, and with his rhetoric, once he says he wants Canada as 51st state, he has to double down. That's his nature. So if things continue the way they are, it might be a couple of years and the businesses will continue hurting before we see the influx of Canadians like the way it used to be. But let's continue.
Been here since 1990.
It's not just tourism heads worried. Richard Clavette owns this motel complex in Hollywood, Florida. Originally from Quebec, he's been running this motel that caters to Canadian snowbirds for 35 years. But tells me, starting this past winter and spring, his regulars began canceling.
There were like a big drop in cancellation in March, especially after mid-March. It's just like...
Clavette adds some of his canceling customers have told him explicitly they are canceling because of the U.S. president, leaving deposits on rooms and choosing to vacation in nearby Cuba, something Clavette says he doesn't agree with.
We would like to see you here using the deposit. I think it was like about $1,000 deposit.
Man, that's messed up, because this guy has been running this motel for years and years. He's always been sure of, like, it's a guaranteed income that Canadians will be coming and staying in his motel. But now they're canceling and straight up telling him, we're not coming because of your president. Like, this is affecting the local businesses in Florida. And it's not right that they are facing this. I mean, I do know the reality is that most of them did vote for the president. I guess they did not expect him to declare basically like a war on our allies. So that is quite sad, because it shows like the consequences of of voting for people without proper research, without proper knowledge. So now this guy is affected. The Canadians are going to Cuba, they're going to other places, they're avoiding his motel. Like, let's finish this, and then we go to another Canadian enjoying Florida with him. He says there is no problem. So let's finish this clip and we go there.
Nope, I'm not going to support that dictator.
But for other Oilers fans in Florida, they're putting politics aside to support the team.
Get a vacation. Doesn't matter what's going on. I'm here to have fun.
Reporting from Fort Lauderdale, Darcy Ropchan.
Okay, so those are some who are just fans of, Canadians love their hockey. So some are like, we don't care about the politics. We will go to Florida no matter who the president is. We have to support our team. So let's look at this other clip of some Canadians in Florida, and let's hear their opinion, whether they are cool with everything that's happening, whether they plan to avoid America in the future. Let's just go, and as we watch this, please consider liking and subscribing.
The Lullaby of Waves is a siren song for tourists across the globe, especially our Canadian neighbors to the north.
You're not boycotting America.
No, absolutely not. We come down every chance we get. We love it down here for obvious reasons. The people are wonderful. The weather's fantastic.
How hard are you going to chill? Right? I mean, you're chilling.
This is about as stressful as I plan to get while I'm down here.
Jeremy Foyer is from Winnipeg and owns a house in Sunset Beach. This is his first real vacation after his home got 4 feet of water in it during Hurricane Helene. The renovations just got done, and despite the storm and politics, he won't stop coming here.
What do you think's going on where some Canadians don't feel the same way you do? If that's true, some of your friends, do you hear anything in your area about people not wanting to come here?
Honestly, most Canadians I talk to aren't terribly concerned about who's in the White House. I think a much bigger factor for Canadians right now is economics.
Yeah.
So the Canadian dollar is at almost an all-time low, and it becomes cost prohibitive to travel to the U.S. for that reason.
Okay, so is that true? Like, if there are any Canadians, you can let me know in the comments. Is it true that for most Canadians, they don't really care about American politics? They would still come to America. The main issue is the Canadian dollar. It's the economy of Canada. Like, please let me know. Maybe that guy's perspective is different because he does own a home in Florida. So I don't think he would say he loved Florida enough to buy a home. I don't think he would have, issues with whoever is in the White House. But okay, let's continue with this clip and see how the businesses are reacting. The Airbnbs are reacting to the issues between US and Canada. Let's continue.
At this Airbnb, feet from the beach, we met Hendrik Bizans, co-owner of Sea Salt Property Management, where his repeat clients from Canada are telling him something different.
Definitely have we had a big drop in Canadian visitors, and I've actually called several of them that used to come every year and spend a lot of money on these beachfront rentals. They're saying, sorry buddy, we're out for the foreseeable future.
The Florida market is so intertwined with Canadians.
Canadians are our number one foreign visitor group. So they bring a lot of money here. And we're noticing it, we're feeling it. In a time where, we've basically all the money that we made in the previous years, we spent it in the 6 months following the hurricane. So now we need to make money again, and it's being made hard for no good reason.
Bizans tells me on a...
Wow, that's, you can see, like, businesses, motels, Airbnbs, they are really feeling the effects of Canadians avoiding the US. Like, there's no hiding it, because Canadians, they trade a lot with the US. They are like the most tourists in America. So it's sad, really, if you see how the relationship is breaking down now after all these years. just because of politicians. It's sad, and it's affecting the actual livelihood of people in Florida. Let's finish this clip real quick and see what happens.
Normal here, 20% of his bookings are foreigners. Now it's around 5%, and he is seeing another trend.
I'm currently under contract for a property where I represent the buyer and the sellers are Canadians, and yeah, they're done with it.
Just because of the tariffs?
They also had storm damages and all, but yes, when you ask them for their reasons, it certainly includes politics.
On Sunset Beach with photojournalist Reed Moeller, Michael Paluska, ABC.
Wow, that's insane. Like, some Canadians are so done that they're actually selling their properties that they owned. Like, they're done with Florida, they're leaving. So it's incredible what's really happening. So it's sad. I feel sad for the businesses, but the people of Florida majority did vote for this current government. So I guess they did not really think through the effects of, having such a controversial and polarizing figure in the White House. But let's just see, like, even the comments. Some comments are saying, like, the guy on the beach, you remember the guy who was talking about, Canadians don't care about the they don't care about the politics. The comments already are saying we do care about the sitting president, and he does not represent most Canadians. So many people are not agreeing with him in the comments. So let me know in my comments if you are Canadian and if you're planning on coming to America, or if you are from another part of the world, if you're coming to America anytime soon. So let me know. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And of course, share this on all the networks. I'll see you.
Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow.